Welcome to your weekly airplane news update. This is the week of June 27th, 2022, and we get 4 stories for you this week. The first one is, well, not such a good one for Boeing. The NTSB is looking to audit the 737 MAX production. We also have a story about United pilots being offered a 14.5% raise. That's nice. An Alitalia A330 continued to flight after colliding with a Boeing 777. That's not a good thing. And then lastly, passengers were evacuated from an airplane after the cabin was filled up with smoke. So let's get to it. The first story this week is coming from ABC, and the U.S. government says they would announce a new audit examining Boeing's production and oversight of the 737 MAX. The DOT Inspector General Office confirmed that Congress requested an audit of the production oversight, and that they want to review the production of the 737 MAX as part of the audit. Now, this comes due to 60-plus reports of mid-flight failures or issues with the 737 MAX, including loss of control surfaces and loss of APU. So we'll put a link down in the description down here. And yeah, that's just more trouble with that 737. United pilots, this is kind of a good news for them, got a 14.5% raise in 8 weeks of paid maternity leave in a new deal that has been sent to the pilots for ratification. Pilots at the airline have until June 15th to vote, and it is expected that the deal will be ratified. This will be the first major airline to settle with their pilots, as the ongoing pilot shortage results in a lot of cancellation and a lot of delays all over the country. Next story this week is an Alitalia ITA A330 that hit an Air France Boeing 777 in JFK. And the 777 notified ATC. The pilot was quoted to say, "There was an Alitalia aircraft passing behind us that hit our aircraft. It's so that you can tell them not to take off." By the time the controller got a hold of the A330, they were already climbing out. The Italian pilot decided that they hadn't had any damage to the aircraft, and it basically kept on going. Upon arriving in Rome, the damage to the A330 was spotted, and the plane was removed from service. The 777 never left JFK. So kind of an interesting story at this level that pilots would still make these kind of mistakes. This could have been pretty dramatic. Last story this week is passengers were evacuated from an American Airlines flight after a ground emergency at the Charlotte airport. The flight was to Melbourne, Florida, where I used to live, and 3/4 of the way down the runway, when smoke began filling up the cabin, the pilot called for an evacuation, and then people were evacuated. Everybody made it out okay. It was just kind of an interesting thing to talk about this week. All right, that's it. That's all I have for you this week. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.